You just don't listen, do you? Same familiar voice angrily screams, making my ears sting in agony. I tried to move to cover my ears, but my arms remained locked by my sides, forcing me to simply just wince in pain. I guess I stand corrected. I just don't know what's with you. I understand why you continue to pursue the most childish of us all. Perhaps I wasn't clear enough about Natsuki. Natsuki's an ungrateful brat and a failure. She antagonizes people left and right every time something doesn't go 100% her way. You've seen firsthand how toxic and annoying she is. Do you really want a girl like that? She's driven her father to the breaking point with her constant torment. Why else do you think he's the way he is towards her? Why suck up to her? Just to get on her good side, which doesn't really exist? She's still going to use you. She'll use you to destroy everything to get out of her this place. It's time for you to see that. I'm immediately jolted awake. The first thing I would have expected to see was my ceiling, but instead I see the stars twinkling in the night sky. I would just assume I would have properly fallen asleep. Some of the dreams I've been having lately, they're just so weird. First, I wake up doing like maths of like which hours, how many hours of the year are still left. Like the first memory I have of waking up yesterday was me just counting these hours and doing the math and everything, and then realizing I was doing it and then being like, why the fuck am I doing it? What time is it? It was 1 hour before my alarm would ring. And today I had a dream about doing math. I don't know what it is with math right now. I don't do that much math in my private time. I don't like math. It was one of my least favorite subjects. I liked the math teacher back then, but reminds me of a little story I maybe could tell of how there was one teacher that everyone loved and another that nobody did. There was like, teacher one, the one that people loved, was so great and such a great teacher and everything, and teacher two, the one that wasn't very liked, is so shitty and a bad teacher. But it was with teacher two that I got good grades with, and not teacher one. And then we had teacher one again for physics, and again the grades that were beforehand alright started falling off. So genuinely, I guess they couldn't get along with teacher one's grading, not grading. I don't think it's that different in comparison to how other teachers grade, but just the way he explained things and everything, I guess, just didn't work for me. And everyone was like, oh, such a great teacher, and I just don't know. For me, I guess he was a nice teacher, but not like one that really helped me understand math or physics. I don't know. I just remember that from high school because I remember everyone talking, oh, I wish we could have that teacher back, and me being like, but I don't want to have bad grades. Besides, teacher two, if you weren't one of the more troublesome students, which simply back then was a big part of my class, then you could get along with her pretty okay. I mean, I suppose, I don't know what type of student I was. At the beginning of high school, I didn't really participate much, as in I didn't give many answers to questions or everything. I wrote everything down. I participated in those regards, but I never really spoke when asked. That came in the past few years a bit more. But I know I wasn't a student that gave the teachers a lot of trouble. Not just in the regards that I wouldn't ask questions, because I would approach then, even if I didn't answer questions during classes, I would approach the teachers after class and be like, I don't understand this, please help me. But as in, I definitely wasn't some type of troublesome student. I think in first grade and second grade, I maybe was a bit of a troublesome student. That could be. The first thing I would have expected to see, I don't know. That all just started spiraling out of my mind. Anyway, given the what I was talking about, given the dreams I've had and the weird things that occur to them, like Natsuki and the demon dating, and then also there was kind of a part of the dream where it was kind of like Minecraft graphics. That was interesting. I would just immediately be like, okay, I'm probably dreaming right now. What? I propped myself up, quickly realizing that I was laying on a sidewalk this entire time. Where am I? I hastily stand up and look around at my surroundings. This doesn't even look like my neighborhood. Did I seriously sleepwalk? To who knows where? I don't even have my phone with me. That reminds me now of a dream where there was like a big, large abandoned house and my old classmates. Yeah, I already had that dream when I was no longer high school. Um, the classmates of my high school from back then, and also some family members and some friends. We went into this old house and just explored it, this abandoned house. We were kind of just walking before, and then we found it. And I remember the shells with there were like figures in there of some type of ancient deities that like presented there in these little figures, statues. Decorations and like very old type of dishes. You know those fancy plates with the fancy tiny ass teacups. I remember those things very frequently, and some type of very narrow hallway where you with a few corners, and then you go around, and there was just some type of basement like area. Nothing really creepy, just more stuff there. And I also had another dream of abandoned houses, but I don't remember too much of it except that we walked kind of in on some type of ghost movie. Like they were like three old abandoned houses in a row, and then also some type of place with a river. I remember the scenery pretty well, but the way the dream went, not exactly. I was walking with, once again, classmates, but back then already from my vacational school, and then we kind of walked through all of these buildings, and in one of them they were kind of filming a movie, like an indie movie, I guess, and we kind of just interrupted them a little bit, and then these ghost figures from these movies who were playing the ghosts really started following us and creeping us out and everything. That was also an interesting dream. So many interesting dreams. I have I want to say I'm good with remembering my dreams, but I do not remember most of my dreams, just specific ones like my first nightmare that I really had that really disturbed me, at least beyond baby. Um, my first nightmare when I was like 3, 4, 5, 6. I know it was also for multiple years. Was just this weird green dragon Tabaluga. I don't know if that even is the name or if it even has a name in other countries. And then it goes up a mountain, this dragon, and then there's this black creature, kind of cloud mist being with just a big mouth and weird white, gray, red eyes, kind of a mixture of all of them. And it was just kind of him, it, and it was kind of just turning around, screaming, "Look at me! Look at me!" And the dragon cartoon character was desperately trying not to look at it, and I was just so disturbed by that dream. Done with dreams. I don't know where I am or how I got here! These nightmares are starting to affect me more deeply than I first realized. It's becoming a major problem. Even though the first two nights were weird as is, this is a whole different level. Did the voice make me do this? If it's really just a nightmare, then it's probably not some type of voice just making it do this. What else has it been making me do? Except from harassing me to stay away from Natsuki all week. If this keeps up, I might need to stay away from her. Don't say that! Monica can read it. Exactly. No, that's ridiculous. I should really focus on getting myself home. I turn to my right and see that I've apparently sleepwalked all the way to this particular house. Well, I guess I can wake them up to use their phone to call a taxi home or something. Man, if my parents ever found out about this, I'm so screwed. I do my best to casually walk up to the front door, not entirely sure if anybody is still up or not. It would also just be weird. I would not let a random stranger just use my phone when they walk up to me in the middle of the night and knock on the door. That's like waiting for disaster to happen. I just ask if I can call someone from the inside without opening the door. So maybe you could recommend that? Judging by the fact that all the lights are off and all the windows are covered, I'll assume not. I knock on the door a few times. However, the door simply creaks open as soon as I finish knocking. Hello? No response. Maybe they left it unlocked by accident. Happened in a hotel once. Kind of walked by past a room, and the doors weren't that heavy, so when I walked past very quickly, I apparently dragged so much wind with me or something, because the door just slightly opened and I noticed it and I turned around and pushed a little bit on it and they just forgot to lock the damn hotel room. No response. The door couldn't have just opened on its own. I don't really want to enter a stranger's house like this, but given my options are pretty limited at this point, I reluctantly step inside and gently close the door behind me. Are there no other houses? Like, are these just some type of, are we just supposed to take those as, like, industrial buildings or something? And this nice little house in the middle? Yeah, I'm definitely screwed now. This pretty much qualifies as trespassing. Reluctantly call out again. Hello? Still no response. Suddenly hear the sound of someone crying coming from upstairs. Hello? Are you okay? The crying only becomes louder. I guess I don't have a choice but to head up there. I slowly head up the stairs with the sound of crying becoming closer with each passing step. Finally reach the top of the steps to see a door slightly opened. It sounds like the crying is coming from there. Hello! The crying suddenly stops. Someone in there? The room is dead silent. I don't feel comfortable with entering, but it's not like I can turn back now. I'm coming in. I'm not going to hurt you, okay? This would be such a weird situation. Is there no other house you can knock on? There's still no response. With great reluctance, I place my hand on the knob and gently open the door. Ooh, this is not the typical room used for Natsuki. But honestly, I feel like this also could fit her. I feel like she would have a bit more cute things. The question is, with the character that they've made out to be her father, I feel like it would in fact be pretty difficult to have specific things up here. Like, she probably is in fact not allowed to have many plushies. At large, I can really see this being her room. I don't know why. Maybe I just like the room and I like the idea of it being Natsuki's. I look around and quickly tell it's someone's bedroom. I slowly take a step in. The corner of my eye, I see someone curled up along the wall. I turn my head. Natsuki! Don't hurt me. Please! Natsuki, it's me, Chloe! Take another step towards her. Natsuki finally opens her eyes. Wait! I need to be alone right now. Natsuki, what happened? She's completely traumatized. Natsuki simply rocking back and forth, sobbing loudly. I take another look around the room. Nothing seems damaged, so it doesn't look like there was a fight here. And aside from Natsuki being emotionally distressed, she doesn't seem hurt. I kneel down in front of her. Natsuki, what's wrong? Natsuki takes a moment to collect herself. She lets out a shaky sigh. Why are you here, Chloe? What are you doing in my house? I honestly don't even know how to answer that. Not even the truth sounds believable to me. I sleepwalked. Natsuki simply stares at me in disbelief. Yeah, I don't really believe that either, but it's what I got. I went to bed and next thing I know, I wake up in front of your house. But look, let's not worry about that right now. What happened to you? My dad. He says he wants to kill me. Natsuki barely manages to speak out as tears continue to trickle down her face. My heart sinks into my stomach as I feel my face turn ice cold with shock upon hearing this. Why? What happened? We were fighting about me not doing chores or something. And he just snapped. He stormed out of the house and said that I better not be home when he came back, or he'll kill me. My mind can barely make up with the situation. None of this is normal. How I apparently sleepwalked to a house and now this. I can't keep this from Sayori. She needs to know about this and all these weird dreams I've been having. I feel like I don't know anything about myself anymore. But I know we need to get out of here fast. Come on, we gotta get out of here. Stretch my hand out to Natsuki, who just blankly stares at it as she crosses her arms. And what if I don't want to go, Chloe? What the hell? Didn't you say your father is going to kill you? You said he snapped. Yeah, but this isn't the first time this has happened. He should be calmed down by the time he gets back. How long has he been gone for? Since 5, we thought, when I got back from the bookstore. Well, what time is it now? Like 2 in the morning. 9 hours. I think we should probably go and call the police. No! We're not leaving! Are you out of your mind? You watch your mouth! You're being unreasonable and it's putting us in danger. Now come on! I take Natsuki by the wrist and start pulling her out of her room. Surprisingly, Natsuki is able to largely stand her ground. Don't you fucking touch me! Natsuki breaks free and slaps me hard across the face. She manages at my eyes. Falling to the floor, overwhelmed by the sudden rush of pain. Natsuki! What the hell? I can barely see straight. Don't you ever fucking touch me, you creep! Just because I hugged you earlier today doesn't mean I want you to touch me whenever! Now remember why I hated you? You're a creep! Natsuki punches me hard in the face, causing me to faceplant right into the floorboard. I howl in pain as my vision becomes red with blood. Struggle to push myself off the floor to get up. Can't even move my arms and legs right anymore. It hurts to breathe. Try to look up at Natsuki, who's continuing to yell at me. I'm barely able to make her out. This is how you expect to help me, Chloe? Have you considered that maybe I don't want your help? You're so ignorant. In my family, there's a prize for that. So you want to know how you can help me, Chloe? Never talk to me again. Because I never liked you. Natsuki proceeds to get on top of me and wraps her hands around my throat. She proceeds to squeeze tightly, immediately causing me to gag. Try to push her off me, but she has me firmly pinned. Stare up at her, but for some reason I can't make out her eyes or mouth anymore. They're just not there anymore. What the hell's going on? Try to call for help, but my voice is only able to come out as a mere whisper. The world around me starts to fade to black as I continue to struggle to fight off Natsuki. Why is she doing this? What the hell has gotten into her? Has she gone insane? What did I do wrong? Was okay as not as a choking scene, but as a strangling scene it could make sense. I did like that her eyes just started turning black, and I like that the last dream, we'll see how it's going to be with Yuri, but I'm pretty sure it has the theme of, first, show us something bad that's going to happen with the girl, or like, something creepy that's going to happen with the girl, that has happened in the main game, something that was supposed to happen in the main original game. Second, they show us that they're struggling and have Monica kill them, as in this dream kill them, saying that this is mercy for this character. And the final dream, that is the final dream, because I'm pretty sure the next evening we're not going to have any scene again. It's going to have the girl be very horrible to us, like have their struggles be displayed, and then have them go insane with us as we try to help them. Better to wake up early in my own bed than on someone's lawn, huh? I loudly mused to myself. Even though I'm pretty certain that it was a dream, I quickly pat my face to feel for any cuts or bruises. Thankfully, I don't feel anything off. I decide to reach my phone and open my camera to see for myself. Seeing as I still look normal, I let out a huge sigh of relief. I tried to prop myself up, but I feel a sudden brush of pain hit my forehead, instantly making But I think I've pretty much decided on my feelings for Natsuki. I ended up giving Sayori the gist of what happened in my dream about Natsuki, after some of the more gruesome parts, but Sayori was still pretty terrified. It's from Natsuki. Yep, she never texts me this early. Hey, yeah! I can certainly feel personality shine through the text as I read it. It comes across to me as pleasant surprise more than anything. Consider the awful start I've had to my day. I'll take it, considering. Hey, what's up? I quickly replied back and finished getting myself ready for class. As I finished pulling the last few remaining things out of my bag, I hear my phone go off again. I look over to read the text. Pretty good. I'm reading the manga we got yesterday and it's freaking awesome. It never mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure that implies that he went quickly to the club room to put the manga into the closet. I let a slight chuckle to myself. Well, hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's still pretty early in the day, right? Huh. Well, whatever. It seems weird that Nats would just be random texting me about her mangas early in the day. But it's not like I have anything better to do until the teacher comes. I might as well try to keep the conversation going. How far in are you? In about a minute, I get a reply from Natsuki. Just got past the first chapter. You need to read this with me. She managed to get past the first chapter in what time? The first lesson has not started yet. When did we put in the manga into... I mean, it's behind a little bit the story. Won't I get spoiled? You can probably get by the first chapter without getting seriously spoiled, if you say so. So, do you want to read it with me later or not? I contemplate my response. Well, we have been spending a lot of time together lately. We've gotten closer than ever since we first started talking. Yeah, sure. I'd love to read it with you. That's awesome. I'm telling you, you're really going to like it. Looking forward to it. You know where to find me when you get to the club. I'll head straight to the closet as soon as I get in. Great! Talk to you later. Ah! I'm not good with these, oh my god, I forgot what they're called. With these things. I know LOL. Ruffle is rolling on floor laughing or something, right? I'm not that old. But I really am not, but even at school I just had the tendency to fall behind on some trends because I didn't engage with them. I am someone for like these XD emojis, these little, or like these little smileys you can make with your letters and everything. But I never got into this type of writing. Bye! Put my phone down as I sent the last text and smiled to myself. This is great. I get to spend today with Natsuki. I wonder what else aside from reading we'll get to do. Natsuki and I went to the bookstore to pick up the latest edition of Buffet Girls. Yep. Let's see if your confession will sound different and everything. Or, not your confession, my confession. So I see Yuri as soon as I turn around. Oh, hey Yuri, what's up?
Do you have a moment, Chloe?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
If it's not too much, may we take this outside?
Feel another wave of dread wash over me as I hear that. Oh no.
Please don't let this be what I think it is.
Ooh, yeah, I'm excited to see another confession. I'm excited to mess around a little bit after that. Is there a particular reason?
I'd rather that our discussion have some privacy.
Alright. I reluctantly start walking towards the door of Yuri as my mind begins racing with all sorts of possibilities for why she wants to talk to me. However, we stop right at the doorway by Monica, who looks on at us with a curious expression.
Why, you two off to? Not now, Monica.
Excuse me.
I said it's none of your business.
Monica's clearly caught off guard by Yuri's angry tone, but she doesn't yield.
Actually, Yuri, it is my business. It's my responsibility to know where you two are off to. Especially since we're going to start today's activity in a few minutes. I don't want Chloe wandering off again.
Pardon me, Monica, but he's not going to wander off. Ladies, ladies. I raised my hand calmly and attempted to defuse the argument. We'll be right outside. It'll be just a few minutes. Just get us when you're about to start, okay? Second. I might as well quickly. I wanted to take a look at this. Ah, yes. Sorry. I just have a lot of things on the side I still need to sort. Monica uttered a defeated sigh.
Fine. I'll give you guys 2 minutes.
Thank you, Monica. Monica angrily stares at Yuri for her to say the same, but she seems too embarrassed to say much. Monica then brushes past us and goes back to the teacher's desk.
I guess we can go now.
Yuri mutters as she opens the door and walks out into the hallway. That was just one line, I think. Yuri and I are standing in the middle of the hallway with not a single person in sight. The air is becoming increasingly fraught with tension as we both struggle to maintain eye contact. A pit forms in my stomach as I brace for what I always thought to be the inevitable. Fortunately, it seems Yuri is just as nervous about this as I am. Of course she'd be. Part of me hopes that this entire thing is some sort of joke, or it was complete misunderstanding. Maybe she's going to ask me about something else. Am I just overthinking things again? But given how she's been acting lately, it makes either of those options increasingly unlikely, especially since it seems Yuri's putting more thought into speaking than normal. Let's wait for a few more seconds. I feel that the part of me wants Yuri to confess her love. I've always been attracted to her to a degree, and if this is what I think it's about, then this would be the perfect opportunity to explore something that could always still be. Next time. Finally grow tired of waiting and decide to start the conversation. So, what did you want to talk about?
Well, truthfully, I think we both know why I asked you to come out here.
Not really.
Well, first things first. I'd like to take the chance. I'd like to take the time to apologize for behaving so rudely to you yesterday. Didn't mean to cause a scene.
It's fine, Yuri. I'm not angry with you over it.
Well, that's a relief.
But that's not what you want to talk about.
No, it isn't. Forgive me, but I've had this on my chest for quite a while now.
It's alright, take your time.
Alright. Chloe, over the course of my life, there's been very few individuals that have really accepted me for who I am as a person. Not too many guys have ever made me feel truly welcomed. At least not without an ulterior motive. Before I joined the literature club, I hardly felt comfortable in my own skin. I don't often see the redeeming qualities in myself. Truthfully, I don't always believe in compliments that people give me. Mostly because of who I am. Still struggle with this. Simply put, it takes a lot for me to feel attracted to someone. But with you, you've made me feel different. In a good way. I've already messed this up.
Yuri, it's fine, really. You know I'm always willing to hear you out. Yuri takes a shaky breath before resuming her speech.
That's what I admire about you, Chloe. You haven't been like other girls I've had interactions with. Even though we've had limited interactions since you've joined, you've always managed to make a positive impact on me. I know I don't always tend to stand out from the rest of the crowd. I always try to make myself as invisible as possible. It makes sense why you chose to spend time with Natsuki over me. She was always the most outspoken of all of us, even before you joined. And in retrospect, I understand why you wanted to spend time with Natsuki for the festival preparations too. She never had a problem standing out and grabbing people's attention. When she wants to, she really is a fun person to spend time with. But I couldn't help but worry if we were ever going to spend some quality time together. If only merely had conversations, and I wanted more. Seeing you with the others, especially with Natsuki on Tuesday, it felt like the norm in the literature club. And I didn't want it anymore. As much as I've generally isolated myself in the club, I began to realize how it was affecting my chances of finding someone. And very few have showed me the same love and kindness you have given me, even if it was brief. To be totally honest with you, I've had my eye on you since we first joined. You first joined. How you brought a smile to all our faces, always being kind, and I always did find you to be attractive. I turned to poetry to help grasp a better understanding of my feelings, but it pretty much evolved into something romantic. It was from there that I realized that I had serious feelings for you. I thought that it was worth trying to get something to happen between us. Though I didn't possess the courage at the time to tell you directly how I felt, I resolved to give you my confession letter instead. I assumed you read it, with how you've been acting around me lately. But now that you're here, I believe I finally have the courage to say what I've been meaning to tell you. I love you. I want to make you as happy as possible. I want to return the favor for everything you've done for me. I don't know what I did to deserve your kindness, but I would be honored to make our relationship that much more special by making things between us official. I know I've rambled for quite a while now, but it just means so much to me. And I really couldn't find a good way to condense everything. So that's how I feel about you.
Yuri looks on at me, her eyes glinting with hopeful optimism as she waits for my response. I'm really touched by her confession. I didn't realize how much of an impact I've had on Yuri since I first joined. Truthfully, part of me likes her back. I'm not completely sure what to do here. Is there a right answer? What would Yuri say after I've spent so much time around her? Natsuki? She'd probably kill me. There's so many different reasonings. Either way, I'm kicking up some sort of storm regardless of how I answer this. But Yuri deserves an answer. Do I really love her back? As my thought process kicks into overdrive, I look back and forth between the ground and Yuri's eyes as I try to settle on a decision. Yuri, clearly sensing that I'm deep in thought, averts her eyes in an effort to make me feel more comfortable. But I still feel the anxiety swelling inside me. It felt like the exact same pressure when Sayori confessed to me. While the circumstances aren't quite the same, there's a few parallels here. All I know is that things are different now. And I'm going to make it so. I look deep into Yuri's eyes as I finally articulate my answer. I want to at some point go some type of route and then switch between them. maybe for the routes where I'm going to switch a bit more around for the end. But yeah, I'm definitely sticking to Natsuki for now. Also, I just want to say, it is a different my confession, my feelings type of track. Using more of Yuri's instruments, whereas the other one used more of Natsuki's instruments. I love that. So, I must say, since in spite of really enjoying, honestly, whether or not I like Natsuki or Yuri more is always dependent on the day. But I think I kind of preferred that one more. I don't know why though. Well, whatever. Yuri, I'll come to you soon. But for now, I just want to be friends.
What?
Yuri takes a step back with a mix of emotions on her face as she attempts to process what she had just heard. I get that this is hard to hear, but look, I think it's just better if we stay as friends for right now. I'd love to spend my time with you too, honest. Truthfully, I don't think we spend enough time with each other. I know I can't go back in time for us to hang out more, but going forward, I'd love to spend more time with you on a regular basis. Just don't think I like you back in the same way you do. I'm sorry. Tears are strolling down Yuri's face as she sniffles and shakes in anger. After about a solid minute, she finally opens her teary eyes.
No.
What?
I pour my heart out to you. I'll tell you how I finally feel. That all you tell me is that you want to be friends?
Yes. I'm sorry, Yuri.
Suppose I made a mistake.
No, you didn't. Yuri, you're a great person and you're attractive in your own way. I'm not turning you down because I don't like you. It's just that I have my eyes on someone else right now. I just have to say, it even wouldn't be bad if it's just like you don't feel the same way. Like, even if a person pours their heart out to you, if you don't feel the same way, then you don't fully feel the same way. If you kind of feel the same way and aren't actively looking for someone else, then it could make sense why you'd at least try the relationship. And if you definitely feel the same way and it just ended up being mutual love, then that's great and all, but just because one person gave you a heartfelt confession, it's going to feel very shitty, but you shouldn't lie just because it was a heartfelt confession. Like, even if it wasn't with, I'm interested in someone else, sometimes it's just not the same feeling.
Save it! I spent so much time invested in you, and then I got nothing. I should have expected this. All guys are the same.
Yuri, go fuck yourself! Yuri's voice cracks again as she starts sobbing. Before I could even respond, Yuri runs back into the clubroom. I wish it didn't have to play out like this. To a degree, I like Yuri the same way, but I have a great opportunity with Natsuki. After how long it took for her to open up to me, I have to admit I'm interested in her. And with what she told me about her life at home, my train of thought is interrupted as I but switch in positions. You're sitting face down on a nearby desk, sobbing uncontrollably. Sayori, Monica, and Natsuki are all over Yuri, attempt to calm her down.
Yuri, calm down. What happened?
Yuri briefly lifts her head up. As soon as she sees me, she immediately slams her face back into the desk, crying twice as hard and loud than before. Sayori, Monica, and Natsuki will exchange looks, bewildered at the situation they found themselves in.
Yuri?
Sayori attempts to place her hand on Yuri. However, Yuri slaps it away as hard as she can, making Sayori howl in pain.
Get your stupid, messy self away from me, you bitch! Don't pretend like you genuinely care about me! Stop trying to make yourself look good in front of him! Go away and ruin someone else's day, Sayori!
The room becomes dead quiet as Yuri finishes her insult. Natsuki's in total shock. Monica still looks completely bewildered. Sayori looks as if she's about to break down and cry as Natsuki angrily stares her down. I'm assuming that would probably be Yuri.
Okay, if you want to be like that.
Sayori promptly walks back to her original seat and tries her hardest to fight back tears of her own. Monica and Natsuki immediately turn to me.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Yuri resumes her sobbing. Chloe, step outside with me for a moment, she says sternly. Monica then turns to Natsuki. Natsuki, try to see if you can calm her down, okay? Natsuki grits her teeth in annoyance. She seems reluctant with Monica's request, but given the gravity of the situation, Natsuki nevertheless accepts it. Okay. Monica takes me by the wrist and walks me out of the clubroom. Just before leaving, I hear a snippet of Natsuki's efforts to calm down Natsuki. Oh, they're really having struggles with the Natsuki Yuri mess ups with the names right now. Yuri?
Get away from me, you lolly!
Lolly? Who are you calling you all lolly, you edgy? Monica shuts the door before I can hear the end of Natsuki's response. The only thing we're able to make out is more muffled yelling and screaming. What happened? I turned Yuri down. She took it that bad, huh? I'm afraid so. She gave me this big speech about how I was so kind and welcoming to her, and how she's never really had that before. I told her that I didn't like her back the same way, even though I offered to hang out with her more. Safe to say that offer was rejected, though. She cursed me out and then ran back into the room. I see. Monica nervously grimaces as she tries to assess the situation. Well, I'm glad you made the right decision for Natsuki's sake. I just want to accept one of these confessions just to see how the fight is going to break out. Like, are they going to run inside being like, yes, they're dating me, and then the other person's going to be like, what? We had something beforehand, and with like Natsuki versus Yuri, they're going to be aggressive, and Sayori's going to break down and be like, we were dating, and then due to that, the fight is going to result something like that, maybe. Sure, Natsuki will appreciate you trying to stay loyal to her. I've just tried to be the best I can around her. I wish I could say the same thing for Yuri, though. We'll get everything sorted out with her, don't you worry. Just needs a chance to cool down. Do I really want to know how she started all this? Well, she pretty much barged in, started screaming and cursing at Natsuki, then she just broke down crying at her desk. Wow. Yeah, she's never been mad like this. Oh, great. Can only imagine how Natsuki's going to deal with this. Monica begrudgingly looks at the door, where we can still make out the screaming from the others. Well, so much for getting Yuri to calm down. What are we going to do? I'll try talking to her one-on-one, see if that does anything. It's my responsibility to calm her down anyway, sorry. Just try not to say anything to her, okay? All right. Well, here goes nothing. Monica nervously smiles as she swings open the door. As soon as we enter back into the clubroom, we're greeted by the sound of Yuri and Natsuki still screaming at each other. Well, Natsuki, seems like you can't come up with an original insult other than accusing me of cutting myself. Natsuki clenches her fist as she lets out an angry grunt. You literally called me a trap, you whore! And you accused me of being a member of a satanic cult. Isn't it time for you to scrouch under the vending machines again? That's it! Natsuki threateningly raises her fist at Yuri. Somehow everything is in even worse shape. Fortunately, Monica steps in between Yuri and Natsuki and pushes them away from each other. Enough, you two! There's going to be no more fighting here today, understand? Natsuki and Yuri avert their eyes away from Monica and mumble something that I can't make out. Natsuki, go sit down. I'm going to have a word with Yuri first. Come on, Monica! Are you really going to let her get away with saying that to me? I've had it with her and her attitude. I'd be more had than happy to just go. Natsuki and Monica coolly stared at each other down. Natsuki certainly had her moments, but she's never reacted like this way towards Monica before. My attention is briefly broken as I hear a sniffle come from the other side of the room. Seems about almost motionless. Careful, we're going. Sayori, are you okay? Do I take a seat? Go away. It's okay, so I'm here for you now. I'm sorry for all of this. It's all me. It's going to be okay.
I'm pretty sure that was the same last time too. I hate to butt in over there, but none of this is going to be okay until we fix this. Everyone in the room is taken aback by Natsuki's assertiveness. She's usually the one starting problems, not trying to fix them. Monika breaks out of her shock and attempts to regain control of the situation.
Natsuki, I don't think that's the best idea right now.
Natsuki gives Monika her usual angry stare, but Monika does her best to continue on.
Everyone's not in a good mood right now, so let me talk to you in private and go home. Club's over for you today.
No. Natsuki's icy tone causes Monika to take a step back. Everyone else in the club in the room watches in comfortable silence as Monika faces down Natsuki again.
What do you mean, no, Natsuki? We're not going to get anything done today if you're at everyone's throats. It's better for you to leave while I talk to Yuri.
I'm not leaving until that bitch apologizes for everything she's done and said to me. I'm done being walked over by her. And fat chance am I leaving Chloe alone with you? Monika scowls at Natsuki's insinuation.
Don't be hysterical, Natsuki. I don't know what's gotten into you, but you're not in the best state of mind of a civil discussion.
Oh, shut up!
There you go again with your toxic attitude.
There you go again trying to manipulate the situation!
What the hell are you talking about? I'm sending you home because you're creating more problems rather than solving them. And I'm not putting up with any more drama today.
I don't buy that. You didn't come rushing in as you was leveling all kinds of threats against me. You all have Chloe in the hallway doing who knows what. So either taking your side without hearing what I have to say, or you want me away from Chloe so it'd be easier for you to have him. Her jaw drops as Snots continues to level her accusation. What's gotten into her? Why do you think Monika wants to keep me all to herself?
Cooler heads will prevail, Natsuki.
I think it was a similar situation, but I think Yuri was in fact the one in Natsuki's shoes right now, I think.
With just a little bit of time, we'll all get over this incident today and move on.
I'm done with moving on from this crap! Natsuki slowly starts walking towards Monika. I'm done with being ordered around by you. I'm just trying to turn this club into a cesspool! Monika's aggressively up in Monika's face. Monika pushes Natsuki back away from her personal space.
Yes, Natsuki. I'd very much like to move on from the drama you and Yuri bring into this club on a daily basis.
Yeah, it was last time Yuri approaching with the pen. He promptly stands up, clearly not letting Monika's attack on her go unanswered. Excuse me! Monika, are you that blind? She's the one always causing problems!
I beg to differ. And you all want to talk considering you came in here crying your eyes out because Chloe turned you down?
Monika really should not have said that. He wins and look at Sayori. Looks around in front. Don't pretend you would have done this. Don't pretend you wouldn't have done the same, Monika. Why is everyone accusing Monika of being into me? It's not like we've really spent time together. Monika's eyes never on Yuri as she slowly turns away from Natsuki and walks up to her. They're only a few inches apart from each other. I've never seen Monika get this angry. Seeing the side of her is upsetting to say the least.
Just admit it, Monika. Admit to what exactly?
Both girls continue to stare each other down. Can't help. I stand up by Sayori, unsure if I should step in. Admit to Chloe that you're in love with him. What? Spill it in front of all of us. Confess to us your deepest, darkest secret. Monika only clenches her fists. Her knuckles turn white as her flawless face starts to give way to shades of crimson. That's right, we know. It was obvious from the start. Not to mention you're not exactly the quietest person when you're with your other friends.
I overheard quite a lot, to put it mildly.
Monika grits her teeth. But that wasn't the only giveaway either. Monika doesn't respond, only clenching her fists tighter in an effort to control herself. I think it's safe to say she's no longer interested in helping Yuri.
When I was walking around after the festival, I heard you practicing that song of yours. Aren't you talking to yourself about how it was all about you and Chloe?
Guess that's what's usually keeping Monika from coming to the club on time.
Might I suggest you pick a different title name?
Yuri, Monika finally snaps.
You all want to talk about deep dark secrets, Yuri. I think some of your cut a little deeper than mine.
Yuri's face immediately goes red as the room goes dead silent. Tenda Sayori is clearly as shocked as me at this sudden bombshell. Tears start streaming down Yuri's face. Maybe you should show us this. Yuri wipes the tear from herself and proceeds to slap Monica across the face. Feeling the full force of Yuri's slap, Monica staggers right back into the desk behind her, barely able to catch herself to avoid falling face first onto the floor. Monica clutches her face with one hand as she slowly stands right back up, wincing in pain. With the pain, she eerily grins at Yuri. So that's where you want to go with this, huh? Keep talking, I'm going to add another deep dark secret to my collection, you guys! Suri's shout grabs the attention of the other three girls. Come on, we're better than this! Is this really who we are as a club? Just fighting, please. Yeah, that was around the same. Oh, look at you acting like the peacemaker! You want them just as much as we do! At this point, I finally mustered the courage to step in. Natsuki, that's enough. She's had a rough day as is, and none of you guys are making it any easier on her with your constant bickering. She just wants you all for herself, Chloe. And the fact is, you deserve better than these losers. Everyone now focuses their attention to Natsuki, to Sayori, who is on the verge of tears. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that. No, please keep going, Natsuki. Sir, I'm not surprised that you had feelings for Chloe, Natsuki. You were never that great at hiding it. At least I didn't feel as badly as you did! Heart starts spinning as Natsuki and Yuri continue their shouting at each other. They all like me. At least I treated him like an actual human being. I was never off-putting as you. I felt she'd leave. If we only knew what you wrote about him, you sick freak! So figure what he likes. Of all of us. Well, consider this! Just go away and never come back! We don't want you in the way! Sarah finally breaks down crying and slams her face down onto her desk. What the hell's your problem, Natsuki? What's my problem? You're the one who accused me of looking under the vending machines and called her a fake. That's no excuse, Natsuki. You don't say that to people. You have no room to talk either, Monica. You accused Yuri of cutting herself too. Blood starts to boil as I clench my fists. I've had enough of this crap. That make immense symptoms soon. Okay, that's the same. And my phone vibrate, which a message messaged me. It's from Natsuki. I want to talk about what happened earlier, in person. Contemplate my response. I'm not entirely sure if I want to be around her, or anyone right now. What she said to Sarah crossed more than one line with me, even if she doesn't know about Sarah's depression. But maybe she wants to apologize for acting that way. It was a tense situation all around, and I guess in more than one way, we're both partly responsible for escalating things. I want to make things right with her, but she's still rather stubborn. Something which I'm in no mood to put up with. I bet it'll be okay, so I should work things out with Natsuki. Start texting back. Yeah, if you want, you can come over to my place. Natsuki quickly replies back. Alright, I'm going there now. I'll be there in a few minutes. Man, what am I even going to say to her? This day has been a complete catastrophe. Catastrophe! I don't even know what I'm going to say to Natsuki, let alone now what she's going to say to me. Maybe she just wants to apologize for what she said earlier. I mean, I haven't known her to be a nasty person, but today my expectations went out the window. I can't believe anyone would have said that to someone as kind as Sayori. It's enough to make my blood boil. I want to say I know friends, but honestly, they wouldn't have said that. Like, go away, you're in the way. They wouldn't have said that. They would have simply put their foot down for their boundaries and then decided, you know what, fuck this club if nobody is going to acknowledge that it's important to me. But there is a pretty big difference between Sayori, you don't listen, and Sayori, you should never come back to this club. You're in everyone's way. Maybe cleaning up the living room for Natsuki's arrival would be a better use of my time. I can get angry at her later. I get off my bed and head downstairs to start cleaning up the living room.